It is 2 in the morning. You're staring at an academic advising portal, cross-referencing debris requirements across 36 browser tabs, and still have no idea which classes actually count toward graduation. That digital friction bleeds into the next morning. It looks like 50 people standing in line, waiting to ask an exhausted staff member a question, solvable by a single click. But living inside this broken system gives you an advantage. You understand the pain points of the end user better than any administrator ever could. That lived experience is exactly what's needed to redesign the process. Solving this bottleneck relies on human-centered design, shifting how people interact with their tools, rather than seeking an IT procurement fix. This graphic outlines a proven corporate strategy called the 30-90-365-day roadmap. It's a step-by-step sequence designed to take massive organizations from chaos to structural adoption. Data shows 52% of employees feel overwhelmed by integrating new systems. 85% use AI only for basic search, not real workflows, and only 3% possess the true technical proficiency needed to capture the technology's full value. Your mission is to take this exact corporate playbook and apply it to your campus. You are going to completely map out the university's broken advising system, tear it down, and rebuild it. Before building anything, you have to document the reality on the ground. You map out every aimless search query, every dead-end link, and the specific bottlenecks where students show up to appointments unprepared. This checklist for the first 30 days focuses on achieving radical alignment. The goal is to ensure every stakeholder agrees on expectations before a single line of code is written. To get that alignment, you conduct a full discovery audit. You map out the entire advising workflow and identify exactly who touches the system at every stage of the journey. Then, you draft an AI manifesto. This document clearly states the organizational purpose, the why, behind integrating these new tools into the department. A manifesto strictly defines the interactions that must remain human, ensuring automation doesn't replace the empathy required in advising. This checklist for the first 90 days shifts the focus to execution. Insight turns into action, and you begin building targeted prototypes. Your prototype follows key principles. First, lead with clarity. The interface must make its logic entirely visible. Second, design for continuity. The system remembers the student's context across the entire journey. Third, build for depth, improving workflow so staff see the bigger picture, not just a single interaction. Finally, orchestrate co-creation. The technology operates alongside the academic advisors, handling the scheduling and data retrieval so the staff can focus on the actual mentoring. Compare this to that 2 a.m. panic. Now, a student interacts with a helpful assistant, gets their core questions answered, and arrives at their physical appointment prepped for a high-value conversation. This graphic highlights the final 365-day phase. While a launch marks a milestone, long-term success requires building a culture of sustained use across the entire campus. These dashboards show the target benchmarks. An AI-powered organization hits 80% weekly active use, with 80% of the team certified as technically proficient. Hitting those numbers requires constant repetition. You track the return on investment, run continuous training pilots, and adapt the workflow as the technology improves over time. The friction you are solving here on campus is the same friction stalling Fortune 500 companies globally. The workflow audits and logic mapping you learn now translate directly to the corporate sector. By mastering this roadmap, you stop being an overwhelmed end user and become a system architect, capable of leading digital integration in any organization.